Hey YouTube, back with a quick update. Started cleaning up this frame a little bit. Made a video last night. Was pretty tired. I don't think I was really kind of looking at this as well as I should have been. I think I'm going to use this frame, to be honest. So I'm looking at it and I was kind of thinking about it quite a bit while I was just laying in bed before I passed out, and I think I can save myself some money if I use this, and I think I can strengthen it. If you look at this side's really not that bad. You know, the top section here is rusted pretty good. Ultimately, no matter what I do, the frame is going to get cut in this vicinity. Whether if it's before this cross member or right after it is still up in the air. It's really going to depend on what I do with the rear suspension. And the reason I say that is because I'm considering modifying the stock suspension with the with the lower links and everything. I'm not sure. I'm not even going to go into that. Basically, I think I can get myself a 5-inch lift out of this and not have to really change too much about the suspension. And the stock 4 links on these things flex a great deal. We'll see how that goes. I'm not even going to begin to try to explain what I'm thinking with as far as that goes, because it could change dramatically. But my point is that the stock panhard bar mount is right there. So I know initially I'm going to cut this frame right here. I've got to get the fuel tank out of there before I do that. Started to clean up a lot of this area around here, and just to look at it, see what the condition of the metal is, see really how bad this is. And like I said, it's not as bad as it initially appeared. The other side is in really rough shape, and I'll show you that in a second. But this side's not too bad. The other side is as bad as it is. It's still fixable. For the section that I plan on using and what it'll be used for, it is definitely fixable. I do know that from this mount forward to, I would say, pretty much the firewall, the frame is about the same condition as this here. So I am going to salvage this. I am going to build a buggy based off the Pathfinder frame. We'll see. We'll see how things go as far as what I choose to do as far as the rear suspension is concerned. I made up my mind. Front suspension is going to be radius arms from Battlement Fabrication. Just due to cost, and plus I want to get their kit and see if I can not necessarily copy it, kind of copy it, using different material so that I can do the solid axle swap on my 91 and use that same similar setup, just with a little bit different. They use plate steel for the entire radius arm, and they just have everything. I don't know if it's plasma cut or laser cut, but they're piecing it together and welding it together, so it's a square radius arm, but it's got internal gussets in it. I think I could recreate that with 1/4-inch square tubing and save myself a substantial amount of money building it myself for the 91. But anyway, you know, this area I cleaned up with the wire brush on the angle grinder, and here's where it's at the ugliest. You know, this whole side of the frame is done. This is what kept them from passing inspection over here. You know, that's bad. I'm still gonna go with my initial impression. I think these spring buckets, the spring perches, or not the perch, bottom part should be considered the perch. These are the buckets. I think these have been replaced at some point. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. They look like it because they're in really good shape, both of them. But that doesn't really matter. What I plan on doing is I'm going to keep cleaning this frame up, and you know, I've got to finish getting this out of here. It should definitely be out of here by next weekend. I've been working on that and this today as far as cleaning up rust is concerned. Need to still pull the fuel tank off of that, but anyways, that's another video. Look for that. Basically what I'm going to do, the frame here, if I put new metal on the outside and the inside, we're looking at, if I use, it'll widen it up just a tad. If I go get some 2.5-inch bar, I got to see if they sell it in a 2.5. I think they do. We'll see. I've got to look through my steel catalog and see what they sell it in. But I'm looking at getting some flat bar, and essentially wherever I cut this frame, run the flat bar across the top and the bottom section, and just form it with clamps and hammers and heat and whatever it takes to form it, to reinforce the top and bottom side of the boxed in frame. And then use some 3/16 plate. I'll be able to cut some templates out on some cardboard or whatever. And why is my camera not focusing? There we go. And then box in the outside and the inside panels here. And I'll do that throughout the entire section of frame that I plan on keeping. What that'll do is it'll seal off the entire frame. If there's rust inside, and I know there is, it'll completely seal it up. There won't be any holes like the stock frame had. It'll be sealed, sealed, sealed. I'm going to use chassis saver all over the entire thing, so I'm not too concerned about it continuing to rust. The metal I'll be putting on it will be plenty thick. It'll be thicker than the stock material that they use to box in this frame. So I think that's the route I'm going to head into, and the reason why is I was pricing out the metal to just build the undercarriage of a buggy, and it's not that it's outrageous. I could use 2-inch square tubing that's 1/4 inch, no problem. The issue that I'm having is that, why? I can go get a sheet of 3/16 plate steel for $170-something bucks. And I could use it for way more than just repairing this. There'll be a ton left over. Or I can go get a full-length bar of 2-inch, 2x2 by 1/4 inch thick square tubing, and I could build the undercarriage on it, and I might have some left over to do the radius arms for my 91, but I'm not going to have all the extra plate that I could use for the skid plates for it, and so on and so forth. And I don't know, that's just the route I'm going to go. Whether if it's the best route or not, I don't really care. That's the route I'm going to head into. But basically, I just wanted to show you guys what's going on here and show you what this frame looks like after I've hit it with the wire wheel. And like I said, it's bad, but it's savable. It definitely is salvageable. To be perfectly honest with you, I could have probably saved the whole truck. But I wanted a buggy, and I wanted one bad, and I have another Pathfinder, and I don't need 2 of them. So, looking at this now, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to get my rock crawler out of it, and that's that. So, there is a lot of issues as far as other rust problems. The body had rust problems and stuff like that. So, I don't want to drive around a rust bucket by any means. The frame's salvageable, the body was salvageable, but there's too much time and effort put into repairing the rust issues on the body, with the rocker panels rusted out, the back hatch rusted out. Plus I would have had to repair the frame all the way to the back. I'd had to replace the fuel tank. This fuel tank's done. All the fuel lines and all that stuff, just to get this thing back to being a Pathfinder. Rock buggy's going to be a lot cheaper for me. As far as the front section of the frame, I'm up in the air on what I'm going to do with that. I may cut the entire front of the frame off and rebuild that. Again, I'm up in the air about that part. Right now, until I get a solid front axle, I'm going to focus on the back half of this thing and do what I need to do there. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, and go down to the description and click on the links. Alvarez Metal Works is my Facebook page. Go like my Facebook page, please. Thank you. And I will talk to you guys later.